Hey guys, it's Natalie and I'm here to do the Guilty Pleasures book tag. I was tagged by Katie at KTsBookishEscape, who really wanted to know my guilty pleasures, so her wish is my command. And after we do that, I'm going to give a couple of hints, a couple of recommendations that might up your viewership on your videos. I've been hearing a lot of people complaining that they wish their videos got more views, and just for me watching, I'm no expert, but just for me watching videos, I do have a couple things that maybe could help you out as far as advice, so I will do that towards the end. So let's just jump right on into it because I know Miss Katie is just a-waiting to hear my guilty pleasures. Now this tag was originated by Savy, and I will also be linking Savy's channel down in the description. She is also wonderful. She was actually my first subscriber. So for the Guilty Pleasures book tag, you use the letters in guilty. G stands for Goofy, a book that was kind of silly, but you enjoyed anyway. I had to go with Bad Habits, Confessions of a Recovering Catholic by Miss Jenny McCarthy. Now, when I read you the titles of the first 5 chapters, and I can only read you the titles of the first 5 chapters because I have to keep this channel rated G, you're gonna see why this probably was quite a funny book to read. Chapter 1, I knew I should have worn underwear to church. Chapter 2, The Age of Innocence. Chapter 3, Sister Jenny. That's right, Jenny McCarthy once considered being a nun. Chapter 4, I Want to Be a Jew. And Chapter 5, I'm totally possessed by the devil, like totally. And it just gets better and better and better. Oh, Chapter 13, Jesus Was My Justin Bieber. This is just a super funny book. Jenny McCarthy's actually written quite a few really funny books. They're not all about autism. Obviously, I've read her autism books since I have a son with autism, but she has some other books that are just super fun and they're all true stories. She just writes about her life, and her life is absolutely hysterical. All right, U stands for underrated. It can either be a book that has really bad reviews, or I took it as a book that I had never heard of anywhere, not on a booktube channel, not by another avid book reader, and it's a book I really enjoyed. And the book would be The Stars Never Rise by Rachel Vincent. I'd never heard of this book. I read it and really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to jump into the second book, The Flame Never Dies. This is a duology. Just real quick to tell you what it's about, if you haven't heard me talk about it before, it's set a little bit in the future where demons have taken over the earth and the church has taken over the government to try to kind of save us from the demons. And our main character, Nina Kane, realizes she's a natural born exorcist. She ends up teaming up with a bunch of other young exorcists, and she starts to realize the truth of the world. And yeah, this was a really great read. I really enjoyed it. It was very different from anything else I had read, and I'd never heard about it anywhere. I stumbled across this on the book outlet because it was like $2, and I loved it. And like I said, I cannot wait to jump into the sequel. So underrated, or just I hadn't heard of it. Maybe you guys had heard of it. I hadn't heard of it, so I definitely recommend this book. I stands for Inconceivable, a book that has a ridiculous premise, but you love it anyway, and I think I've shown this book before, and it is Marie Antoinette, Serial Killer. And yes, I'm talking about the real Marie Antoinette, the one, you know, the historical figure, not some chick who just started calling herself that. It's about a class that has a high school trip to Paris, and they start kind of getting killed off by Marie Antoinette's ghost because she's mad about something, and the book makes it make sense. A little bit. It's still a little bit ridiculous, but I really enjoyed it, so definitely a guilty pleasure. I mean, come on, how can that not be a guilty pleasure? All right, L stands for love, and I really don't get attached to relationships and romance in books. That's not really my thing. I really get more attached to them in movies. So for example, I guess I need that visual. So I guess movies give me the visual that I need. So like I liked this character from Titanic, and I'm telling you guys, if it was me, there would have been enough room on that door. He would have survived. I also enjoyed him in The Great Gatsby. And then there's another guy I like, Joshua Jackson. I enjoyed him in Dawson's Creek as Pacey, and then he was also in that show Fringe, and now I can't remember what his character was. I don't care. He was yummy. I enjoyed watching those two in relationships, but I had to pick a book that had a relationship that I liked, and the one that I really thought, okay, this is what I like. I liked 4 in the Divergent trilogy. I thought he was pretty exciting. Even as a book character, I could see why Tris was going for him. And then he did a prequel, not him personally, but the author wrote a prequel where he is telling the story. It's actually called 4. He is called 4 because he only has 4 fears. And then the guy they got to play him in the movie was very good looking as well. So yes, I was all about that relationship. I would have been like Tris, and that's the guy I would have gone for. T stands for TV, a TV show that you know is trashy, but you watch anyway. I'm going to hang my head as it appears on the screen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Some people think, oh, she must be so intellectual. She has a booktube channel. She reads all the time, but I am still only human, and this show just pulls me in and I can't stop watching it. I'm even wearing a Kylie Jenner lip kit. I can't help it. So that is another one of my guilty pleasures. And Y stands for young, a book that is way too young for you to be reading, but you read it anyway, and this is really embarrassing, and this is called Bad Girls with Perfect Faces. And I think that if you are a 14-year-old girl, this book is probably too young for you. So why was I reading it? I don't know. I do know because it was a guilty pleasure. I'm going to read about what it was about really quickly just to show you how immature this book was. When Sasha's best friend Xavier gets back together with his cheating ex Ivy, Sasha knows she needs to protect him, so she poses as a guy online to lure Ivy away. And this whole book is about high schoolers who are pretending to be other people online and trying to trick people and just being really, really shady, and they're so immature and so absolutely ridiculous. And I am so embarrassed to say that I read this from cover to cover. But we're talking about guilty pleasures. This was a guilty pleasure, a very embarrassing guilty pleasure. All right, now I'm going to give 3 pieces of advice. It's just from what I have noticed. Like I said, I'm a new booktuber too, so I am no expert, but I know that I watched my videos and I continue to watch my videos critically. I'm always trying to see how I can make them better. I'm always watching other videos that talk about how you can make your videos better. And there are 3 things that I have noticed that might help you bring your views up if you're having problems with it. The first thing would be you need to up your enthusiasm and your energy levels. 2, you need to have much shorter intros and just jump into the content of your video. And 3, you need to cut out all the dead space, because that's when people start clicking off. People don't like dead space. It makes your video a lot less entertaining. So for the first one, when I'm talking about energy and excitement, I see this all the time, especially in booktubers, so I see not getting a lot of views. So I'm gonna play me not having the energy, and then I'll show you the difference between the two, and I don't know, hopefully it'll help somebody. So this is what I've seen people do. They'll do something like this. Hey guys, it's Natalie, and today I'm here to bring you my April wrap-up. In the month of April, I read 14 books, and I'm really excited to tell you about them. They were pretty good. Okay, that's okay, but that's not super exciting, and you have to remember that BookTube has hundreds, if not thousands, of people who are competing with you. Yes, it's a community, but we're kind of competing against our friends. It's just the way BookTube works. And there are so many videos they can be watching. You need to reel them in so they want to watch you. So instead of doing it the way I just did it, I learned that I needed to up the energy, up the excitement a little bit. Still be you. I mean, don't be fake. But be you when you're happy and excited and have a little bit more enthusiasm. So instead of doing it the way I just did it, hey guys, it's Natalie. I'm here to bring you my April wrap-up. I read 14 books in April and I am so excited. I can't wait to tell you about them. Now, did you see the difference between those two? Which one was a lot more excited and which one was more as far as grabbing you and pulling you into the video, making you want to watch? The second one would be overly long intros. Now, you can't really compare yourself to booktubers that have 50,000 subscribers. They have people who've been watching them for years that have become very attached and feel like they know them. So they can kind of get away with talking about certain things. We can't. We're new. We can't get away with that. We have got to jump right into the content. So don't do this. Hi guys, it's Natalie. I'm here to bring you my April wrap-up. I read 14 books and I'm really excited about it. I've been so busy with school lately. I just took 2 exams and I've got 2 more exams I've got to take. And then my dog got sick. So we've been dealing with a sick dog and we took him to the vets. And I think he's going to be okay, but that's been kind of a pain because I've been trying to film videos and I'm taking care of this dog. And I've got family coming into town next week. So I'm trying to get all the laundry done and just getting all the chores done. And as interesting as that is to you, people who don't know you, when you're doing that, are going, click, next video. I don't care about her dog. I don't care about her school. I don't care about her family visiting. Where's her content? And guys, I used to do this too. All these things I'm telling you, I watch my videos. I made these exact same mistakes. I was not energetic enough, and some of my intros were just too long. I was just babbling. I needed to stop babbling and get into it. And then this next one is something I kind of learned about recently, and it's dead space. And I have been trying to cut more and more dead space out. And dead space would be this. So if you were talking about this book for, and you're like, blah, 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 and let me show you the next book I read. That was dead space. Dead space is any time that you are not actively talking to your audience and talking about something engaging. So you need to be talking about this, and then from your audience perspective, as soon as this book comes down, your next clip better jump up and you better be like, and the next book I read was this. It needs to keep going. You can't have this dead space. Or I've seen even people who have dead space like this, where they'll be like, they'll talk about this, you know, blah, 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 and this book was really great, and blah, blah, blah. That's dead space. Nobody wants to watch you take a sip of your drink. Once again, if you're a big booktuber who has 200,000 subscribers, yeah, they don't mind if you stop and take a sip of your Coke. Once again, we're new. We can't get away with it, at least not yet. So hopefully those 3 pieces of advice can help some of you. My booktuber shout out I picked specifically for this video because she does really great videos. She's one of those people who always does her homework. She does not have dead space. She has lots of energy and enthusiasm. She doesn't do super long intros. She jumps right into the content. I consider her a much better booktuber than I am. She has over 1,000 subscribers. She's always trying to make her channel better. She's always, you know, trying to do her homework. In one of her book hauls, she picked out, I think, 3 different books that were specifically about how you make your YouTube channel better. And those books can have some really great advice. I actually had one come in today that I was reading, and I was going, oh, I need to make some changes, because there was some really good advice in there. So it's Christina Loves to Read, and I really, really think you need to watch her if you're not getting the views. She even, I think, has a couple videos on how to make your channel better. I've learned so much from her. I've learned so much just by watching her videos and how I should make my videos. I'm not, once again, guys, I'm not saying to copy. I'm just saying, you know, like I said, bringing the energy, having the shorter intros, not having dead space. And she gives you even more information in those videos. Books with Alyssa J has 3 or 4 videos on how to make your channel better and how to grow. And think next week she's actually dropping yet another one. So go to Books with Alyssa J's channel and you can get really great advice. And watch how she does her videos. She jumps right in. Alyssa J is not talking about her cats or her laundry. She jumps right in. She is super enthusiastic. And she's another one who, she's better than I am. I also watch her videos and think, what is she doing better than me? I need to do that. So I'm going to link Christina Loves to Read. And if you're one of those people who are going, wait a minute, I have a great channel. I get tons of views. I have tons of subscribers. If you haven't heard of Christina Loves to Read, which I would be surprised because she's pretty active in the community, she just has really great videos. So check her out anyway. You'll really, really like her. So that's all I have for today. My next video will be my Reese Witherspoon book club review, which I've actually already filmed. I'm doing things backwards today for some crazy reason. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.